Yeah.
Story about a man named Felix, straight out of the old school, here to reveal the facts.
Yo, hold up, what's the 411 on this cat? He's a cop watcher, a truth teller, laying it all bare, shining a light on injustice, showing he just don't care about their intimidation tactics, that twisted up lies. He's got a camera in their face, watching with his own eye. Going down the street in my hoopty, feeling the bass, see them blue and reds flashing, all up in my space. Another traffic stop, another power truck display. License and registration is all they ever say, but I know my rights, see I ain't no fool. They wanna play games, but I'm keeping my cool. I don't answer questions, that's my opening line. Got them frustrated, messing with their whole design. They pull me over, flashing lights so bright, asking dumb questions, trying to start a fight. Are you a sovereign citizen? With a smirk and a sneer. Fuck you, I'm not a cop, is all they're gonna hear. Got my camera rolling, every move they make, for every crooked copper, for goodness sake. This is for the people who've been pushed around. John Felix on the scene, holding it down. Talk about officer safety, a tired old excuse for violating liberties and all kinds of abuse. They think that badge gives them a right to be the king, but we the people pay the salary and we're the ones who sing the song of freedom, the anthem of the just, exposing that corruption in the system we don't trust. From illegal searches to tyrannical demands, I stand my ground firmly with the law in my hand. They pull me over, flashing lights so bright, asking dumb questions, trying to start a fight. Are you a sovereign citizen? With a smirk and a sneer. Fuck you, I'm not a cop, is all they're gonna hear. Got my camera rolling, every move they make, for every crooked copper, for goodness sake. This is for the people who've been pushed around. John Felix on the scene, holding it down. They talk of lies, this ain't no game. Know your amendments, speak their name. The first, the fourth, the fifth, that's the trifecta. Protects you from the goons who wanna disrespect you. They might have the weapons, they might have the crew, but knowledge is power, me and you, we know it's true. So next time you see him with that arrogant swagger, remember John Felix, the lyrical dagger. Peace to the auditors, the watchers in the street, keeping the pressure on, can't be beat. Fuck you, I'm not a cop, it's all they're gonna hear. Got my camera rolling, every move they make, for every crooked copper, for goodness sake. They talk of people who've been pushed around. John Felix on the scene, holding it down. They pull me over, flashing lights so bright, asking dumb questions, trying to start a fight. Are you a sovereign citizen? With a smirk and a sneer. Fuck you, I'm not a cop, is all they're gonna hear. Got my camera rolling, every move they make, for every crooked copper, for goodness sake. This is for the people who've been pushed around. John Felix on the scene, holding it down.
That song's still not over.
Holding it down. Word to the wise, this ain't no game. Know your amendments, speak their name. The first, the fourth, the fifth, that's the trifecta. Protect you from the goons who wanna disrespect ya. They might have the weapons, they might have the crew, but knowledge is power, me and you, we know it's true. True, next time you see them, that arrogant swagger, remember John Felix, the lyrical dagger. Peace to the auditors, the watchers in the street, keeping the pressure on, can't be beat, but don't let there is you.
Yeah. Yeah. What up, Jesse? Yeah.
Hold up, what's the 411 on this cat? He's a cop watcher, a truth teller, laying it all.
All right, that song never ends. What's up, everyone? Go back to the comments here. I like that song, man. I gotta say, even though it's about me. I'm not trying to S my own D, but the song's about me. Daddy's home. It's Friday night. Shalom, shalom, Shabbat, shalom. What? I got my camera rolling. How's everyone? Mr. Otvo, how are you? Constitutional freedom fighter. Mr. Denicola, Mr. John Denicola. I sure regret that I didn't meet you in Pensacola. Mr. Eagle, how are you? How's everybody? 38 people here. Hit the thumbs up if you would. These don't get a lot of views, unfortunately, but here's a box. Here's a name. Here's a lid. I wrote a name on this piece of paper. I'm putting it in the box. The name on the name on the paper is a famous dead person. Okay, and that's for later on when we play the game, when I do the giveaway. In the meantime, let's review this flashlight from Thrunite. Thrunite dropped me for a little while. I don't know if it was a mistake or whatever it was, but somehow Jessica found my email and emailed me. And I don't get my Facebook messages. For all the people that message me on Facebook, I've tried everything. I cannot turn the notifications on. It says they're turned on, but I never get the messages. So she found me, and she sent me 4 flashlights. These 2, the Thrunite TI, which is pretty awesome. And then this one's really cool, man. This one is super cool. This is the... I got my camera rolling. Thrunite. Cause Thrunite. Thrunite Defender 3. It's like square. It's got lock, and then it's got all these positions, right? Light. It's just a light with all different and then the middle one, you go to the next one over, it's a laser. So I heard lasers can actually mess up cameras. So it's laser. And then the third one is a UV. Oh, look at here. Look, let me see if there's any oh, a little bit of smegma there. A little smegma on my shirt. Dude, let me tell you. I understand when my wife now left my bathroom. We used to share a bathroom in the master. And I'm gross. And I actually took that UV light in my bathroom. And it's disgusting. I'm sure any bathroom will light up like that, but I don't know, man. Anyway, exactly. The hotel sheets, exactly. So today's flashlight is the Thrunite TI. This is a little keychain flashlight. Let's bust it out of there. Here it is. Here it is. It says 704 on it. Thrunite TI 704. I think because some of the other Thrunite flashlights they were sending me, one of them said BSS Survival, and it's actually a YouTube page with a lot of subscribers. And 704, I don't know what 704 means, but look, this thing is tiny, man. Look at this thing. Tiny. Not even as long as my index finger. And that's that. Let's read the specs here. I got my camera rolling. And what's in the box? It comes with a charging cable. This is rechargeable, by the way. And the only way you can win, if you win this, you have to live in the United States, and you have to be willing to email me your address. It gives you a spare charging port rubber blocker in case you wear the one out that's on there. A charging cable, a little key ring, and the flashlight with a 2-way clip too. Almost every Thrunite flashlight has this 2-way clip, so you can clip it on forward like this, or in your pocket with this side. That's pretty cool. And let me read you some specs, and then we'll test it out, and then we'll do the giveaway. Oh, it also has a little magnet on the back. Let me see this. See if I can get something metal in front of you here. Booyah! Booyah! So if you wanted to, you could turn it on. Oh. Turn it on. You turn it on and then clip it to something. Boom. And then you can work on stuff. Boom. Boom. Okay, so there's that little magnet on the back. That's very convenient. A little thingy for your keychain. Also some cool features just from me playing with it. It's got options. So if you hold it down, I should probably turn this off, huh? So if you hold it down, the only light now is from the computer screen. If you just hold down the button, you hold it down, it lights up, right? Hello, I am a phantom. Or you could double click and then you get low, right? There's low. Click it again. Medium, I guess. large, and then extra large. That's pretty damn bright, man. You see how bright this is? And then it also has, see what, get the strobe to work, and it also has strobe. Oh, why did it stop? There it is. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, yeah. Strobe it now. I'm blinding myself. I'm blinding myself. So there you go. All right. Yeah. Yeah. For a keychain light, this thing is awesome. It's only like $17 too, man. Like this $17 little keychain flashlight has more features than any piece of crap you'll buy at Lowe's, Home Depot, Walmart, your pawn shop. Almost everybody sells flashlight, but they're not like Thrunite. The only other company I really saw that's even close to Thrunite is Olight. And they sent me one time, but they didn't really speak English. Like the lady that gives me these actually speaks English, and she's wonderful. So there's that. Let me read the specs, and then see if I can magnetize this somewhere. Yep. How about I put it back in the box? There we go. So it's ready to go. I got my camera rolling. 704 Tactical and Thrunite Special Edition collab light. There you go. See? I knew I was on the right track there. All right. Let's learn about this flashlight here. So, oh wow, this is only in English. Usually it has it in like 7 languages. High performance LED in English. Okay. So it's a high performance LED. The reflector is PMMA-TIR, whatever that means. Working voltage 2.8 to 4.2 volts, battery included. The material is aluminum 6061-T6, surface premium type 3, hard anodized. Dimensions 60.8 millimeters by 16.5 millimeters by 21.4 millimeters, whatever the hell that means. I mean, I use the metric system when I measure my wiener, but flashlights, no. So if I told someone my wiener is 60 millimeters long, you know what I'm saying? Like, girl, you ain't seen nothing. You like 10 inches? I got 60 millimeters right there, buddy. 60 millimeters. What's great about Thrunite is, too, they're actually willing to sponsor me. They don't care about politics. They don't care about political correctness. They don't care. They just want to sell their product, which is how it should be. Let's see here. So the strobe light is 650 lumens. 650 lumens on that little tiny index finger, pinky finger flashlight. Look at that thing. It's literally the same size as my pinky. 650 lumens. This pinky. Look at this pinky. Yeah, that pinky's a little different. All right, so strobe is 650 lumens. The Firefly mode is 0.2 lumens for 51 hours. Low runs at 30 lumens for 9.5 hours. Medium runs at 200 lumens for 2 hours and 20 minutes. High runs on 650 lumens for an hour and 35 minutes. It could max range 105 meters. 105 meters for that little turd. Intensity 2780 CD max. I don't know what that means. Impact resistant up to 9 feet or 1.5 meters if you're European. And it's waterproof IPX6. Don't know what that means. Don't drop it in the water. Indicator flashing red, orange, green. Okay. Turn on, off, direct to strobe, rapid triple click, change modes. Okay. Rechargeable memory. The light will turn on and okay, cool. Warranty, 2-year free replacement. Cool. Warnings: Thrunite flashlights are high-intensity lighting devices capable of causing eye damage or other harms, like mental anguish. So please avoid shining our light directly into anyone's eyes. Please keep flashlights away from children. To protect battery, driver circuit, and LED, we do not recommend you run the light at max mode for more than 10 minutes. Max mode? Max mode? I think they mean turbo. All right, guys. That is it. You ready to give it away now? That pinky does look kinky. You got that right. Yeah, 300 feet. That's crazy, right? Crazy. All right. So I don't know if you're here at the beginning. Yeah, 2 in the pink and 1 in the stink hits way different with this finger, buddy. That's funny, I guess. That's pretty funny. Yes, it's a giveaway. Didn't you read it? What's the title say? Thrunite TI review and giveaway. Come on, Robert. All right, so I'm gonna give it away now. I have a brand new fresh one right here in the box. I'll mail it out tomorrow if you give me your address tonight. So I put a this one's gonna be tough, man. If you guys get this one, I'll be impressed. I put a dead man in the box. Dead man in the box. There's a dead person. I put their name on a piece of paper. They're in the box. When I say go, you can guess who it is or ask yes or no questions. What's up, targeted Patton? So it's a man. Oh boy. No, hey. That's not a yes or no question, Snap Phase. And just because I call dead guy in the box does not mean it's a man. So what's your yes or no question? Wait, I'm gonna count down. And when I count down, you can ask yes or no questions or guess who the person is in the box. This one's not easy. My wife gave me this one. I told her it's probably going to be a hard one. But if you ask enough yes or no questions and I give you enough hints, we'll get through it. And we'll do that. So, yeah, the game is called Dead Guy in the Box. Dead Man in the Box. It's called that. It doesn't always mean it's a man. You want me to say dead human being in the box? Will that make you feel better? Snap Phase, by the way, is the guy that made this
In the light on injustice, showing he just don't care about their intimidation tactics. That's
yeah. He made that AI song for me, and I really appreciate it, man. So I'm gonna count down here. You know, Claire, Wales, UK. If you guess and you get it right, you can give it to somebody else in the chat if you want. Okay. I'm gonna count down. Whatever you're guessing right now is not going to count until I count down. You guys ready? 3, 2, 1, go now. You better guess again. I'm not answering. So go. Charlie Kirk, no. I'd like to talk about him. Socrates, no. Still not Charlie Kirk, no. Politician, no. Hitman, no. Zeus, no. Zeus wasn't real, man. Come on. True North actor, no. True North transparency, Obama's still kicking, brother. Apollo, no. Actor, no. Male, yes. Foshin, good job. It is a male. It's not a singer. George Orwell, no. John Wayne, no. True North transparency went in front of a synagogue in one of his videos, bro, and he got attacked by some tiny hat Karen, bro, and he started whale. He's like, let go of my camera. Wham! No, it's not an author. It's not Harry Houdini. 1895. What the hell does that mean? Nope, not George Floyd. John Wayne Gacy, no, you clown. Neil Armstrong, no. Is he dead? Comedian, no. Ronald Reagan, no. I can't breathe, no. I can't breathe. Thank God. Come on, guys. It's still not an actor. Ask some yes or no questions. John the Baptist, no. John Lennon, no. JFK, no. Sports athlete, no. What is the question? The question is, who's the dead guy in the box? Hope that's not my dead sister's ashes, no. Princess Diana, no. Billy the Kid, no. Black and white, yeah, he's one of those two. Nope, not my neighbor, not yet. David Bowie's still alive, I believe, but no. Julius Caesar, no. I'm pretty sure he passed away in the 1990s. Freddie Mercury, no. Aaron Russo, no, but Aaron Russo is one of my idols, bro. Tech Dex? What does that mean, Tech Dex? Tech Dex. Kyle Lloyd sent me an email earlier talking about musician, no. My grandpa, no. I meant color on TV. Yeah. Robin Williams, no. Shannon Hoon, no. Is that the lead singer of Blind Melon? Martin Luther King, no. Nelson Mandela, no. Gotta ask questions, man. Rodney Dangerfield, no. All right, here's another hint. Kurt Cobain, no. Politician, no. He's not American. Frank Zappa, no. Was her death tragic? I don't know. I don't think so. Probably just old age, honestly. Oh boy. Tech Dex. Was it tragic death? No. Tupac, no. 80s or earlier. I'm not sure when he died. He was alive in the 80s, that's for sure. Gandhi, no. How old was he or she when she died? That's not a yes or no question, homie. Oh my God, you people suck at this game. Ask questions. Don't just name people. Yeah, you could do both, but Shakespeare, no. River Phoenix, no. But I love that guy, especially One Night in the Life of Jimmy Reardon. That was such a great movie. John DeNicola is still around, man. Stop it, Frank Pants. That's not nice. Steve Irwin, no. Napoleon, no. Canadian, no. Nelson Mandela, no. Still not him. Tesla, no. Steve Clark, don't know who that is, and it's not him. John Denver, no. Isaac Asimov, no. Ian Richard, no. Pavarotti, no. Yes, he was over 40. It was a music band, no. Writer, no. Peaceful or not? Peaceful person, yes. Very, very wealthy. Very, very wealthy. Not a singer. Under 40, no. Over 40. Jed Clampett, no. Henryk Sienkiewicz, a Polish novelist, no. Good guess, though. Corn star, no. Lived in the UK, no. The question is, who's the dead guy in the box? You can ask yes or no questions. If you get it right, you win the flashlight. Christopher Reeves, no. My career, no. More like my YouTube channel, but that's funny. James Cagney, no. Not American. So we already said he was old when he died. He's not American. He's peaceful and very, very wealthy. He also had a very famous wife. Hugh Hefner, no. Steve Irwin, no. Arnold Schwarzenegger's career, no. Businessman, yes. Yes, he was a businessman. International businessman, yes. Steve Jobs, no. Not American. Mark Twain, no. Still not American. Maxwell, no. Was he an intellectual? I don't think so. Is he French? No, but you're on the right track. Keep asking those type of questions. Rockefeller, no. Rockefeller, no. Were they white? Yes. Versace, no. Christopher Hitchens, no. He's still alive, isn't he? Anglo-Saxon or Hispanic? No. Rockefeller, no. Osasia, no. Don't know what that is. Getty, no. Rockefeller, no. Nobel, no. What? I think I'm going to give it to that person, man. I think I have to give it to this person. Automotive industry, no. Mason, no. German, no. What country is he from? That's not a yes or no question. Thomas Shelby, no. The only person... Okay, you said it. This guy said it first, man. There it is. Onassis. Aristotle, the Greek Minoan shipping line tycoon. Aristotle Onassis, the Greek shipping tycoon who was married to Jackie Onassis, who then married John F. Kennedy. And if you ever watch the video of JFK getting unalived, Jackie Onassis, Aristotle's ex-wife, was actually in the car, and when the got splattered on the back of the car, Jackie Onassis jumps on the back of the car trying to grab his brain matter. So yeah, very good. Let's see who won that. Your name is Jay Curve. Oh, you guys want to see? There's the box. There's the paper. And there it is. Aristotle Onassis. There it is. I promise you, that's what it says. Aristotle Onassis. My wife came up with that one. So, Jay Curvette, do you live in the United States? And can you email me your address? Please answer me. Sometimes they'll win and then give it to my brother, Winston Smith. Really? Winston, aren't you here in Florida? Why am I giving it to your brother, Winston Smith? You don't want it? Shine a spotlight on the answer. That's a good point. I got my camera rolling. How's that working? There you go. Aristotle Onassis. Look, the flashlight's like too bright. Too bright Shakur. All right, Jay Curvette. So Winston, brother. I know Winston. I know him personally. Did you say Onassis first, Frank Pants? I know you said it, but he said it before you. That's why. I know you said Onassis, but he said it first, brother. If you look back in the comments, you'll see he said it first. Winston, who's Jay Curvette? Is that literally your sister? Cool. Good talk. Jay Curvette, are you related to Winston Smith? I know, Frank, man. You're the man, bro. That's all right. You are Flex Your Freedom's manager. I'm sure you get paid good money for that. Let's see that fossil tin. There you go. Right on. Anybody interested in a whole set of Auditor playing cards? Kyle Lloyd actually made these. The guy and I have my own set right here. Let's see what we got here. We got Liberty Troll, Rogue Nation, Foshin. There you are, Foshin. This is a public service. You didn't make these? Oh, Kenny Lemons made those. Kenny Lemons, not Kyle Lloyd. I'm sorry. I get that mixed up. Eyes on the State. These are super cool, man. Sean Paul Reyes, Long Island Audit. Justin, Random Patriot. Johnny Fappa. How cool are these, man? No, Frank, you're not in here. Rick, this is True North Transparency, the one I was just telling you about that went to a synagogue and got attacked by one of the tiny hats over there. I don't even know who that is. Does anyone know who that is? It says Cop Watcher, the Constitution State. Danny from the Constitution State. KULT News, Mike Norton. James Madison Audits. Press NH Now. Got a rifle pulled on him. Writes Crispy. Bartholomew. This is the guy that does limericks and riddles. Brick Jonesy. Brick Jonesy lives on the Raging Tomato channel, by the way. He's always there. Auditing Erie County. Solo Yak Yak Yak. The Armed Fisherman. Gandalf the White. I should call him and see if he wants one of these. If I have any spares, that is. Betsy Ross, a.k.a. J-Town Press. Bay Area Transparency. No Name Coder. You get the idea. These are super cool, man. You got your own list, huh? All right, Winston. Winston, you have my phone number, bro. I don't know where you live. I think you live out by Lady Lake or something. Aren't they sweet, Foshin? I thought they were sweet. Puns make me numb. Math puns make me number. Okay. All right, guys. What do you think? So, I was thinking about talking about all this Charlie Kirk, Candace Owens stuff, Nick Fuentes. I want to make videos about them, but I'm scared that you guys won't like them or won't like them. What do you think? Anybody interested in talking about Charlie Kirk, Candace Owens, Nick Fuentes? Anyone? Bueller? No? No? All right. Good talk, man. Good talk. The cards are awesome. I got the Rice Krispie card in my gift bag. I will still love you, brother Robert. Okay, thanks. I'm interested in it for sure. Oh, these cards. Oh, the Charlie Kirk stuff. Let's talk. Let's talk about what? Charlie Kirk? Not me. YTube is flooded with it. Yeah, I know. Bring on the real talk. They spelled dickhead wrong. Liberty Troll. They spelled dickhead wrong on Foshin's baseball card. That's funny. See, that's how you know you're friends, bro. When you call each other a dickhead and no one gets offended. My feelings are hurt, but I need butthurt cream. Okay, Frank. I like those videos. Yeah, okay. I think people need to talk about it. Yeah, I do too. Does anybody believe that the official story that the feds are giving? All right. Some people want it, some people don't. Okay. Opening bid. Charlie Kirk stuff is deep in governmental evil. Let's hear what. Nope. Jerry Singleton. Jerry, are you the old guy that loves Trump so much and gets on my Facebook page and trolls and denies video evidence? I hope you're not that guy. I'd love to hear your opinions on CK and all the lies. Okay. Maybe I'll do one. Nick Fuentes would be a great auditor. I don't know, man. I don't like the kid. I tried to give him a chance, man, because he was the underdog. He got played real hard by Ben Shapiro and them because he actually asked questions about Israel. And 10 years later, now he's got 5 million followers on Rumble, and the younger generation think he's the best thing ever because think about it. When I was a kid, I don't know if you're my age, but when the Beastie Boys and Run DMC and NWA came out, your parents didn't want you listening to that stuff. So what did? We did everything in our power to go find the NWA tape, the NWA CD, the Beastie Boys tape. So what's happening, in my opinion, with this Fuentes guy, they should have let him. They tried to cancel him. They debanked him. They wouldn't let him fly. He couldn't get a bank account. He couldn't publish on any social media except something called D Live or something. And for 8 to 10 years, he's been building and building and building. And he calls himself an incel, which means involuntarily celibate at 27 years old. And he's claiming that he smoked Piers Morgan to a degree. Barbara Streisand effect, exactly. He smoked Piers Morgan to a degree because Piers is one of the most ignorant boomers in the world. I mean, it doesn't take much. The thing is with Piers Morgan is that he gets smoked on a regular basis and just resets like it never happened every show. When he had Dan Bilzerian on his show, Bilzerian destroyed him to the point where he had to edit out certain parts of the uncensored Piers Morgan uncensored show. And during that show, just like he said with Nick Fuentes, oh, we're going to see how the people react to you. We're going to see how the people in the comments. And he got destroyed in the comments. Bilzerian, the Bilzerian video had 40,000 comments. And not one was in Pierce's favor. Everybody's waking up to what's going on over there and who's really in control of our Congress. Anyway, 30-06. Yeah, exactly, Buzz. Exactly. There you go. Yeah. You know, it's not that he believes in it, is that he hates Candace Owens so much that he wants her to lose. He just said all this stuff. And the problem with it is I watch so much politics at 2x speed that I absorb more than most people. And I could tell you stuff and you wouldn't even believe me. Yeah, he's kind of a joke, man. He's a 27-year-old who looks like he's 17, who acts like he's 7. He when he was on Piers Morgan's show, he's like, I'm just like the Israelis. They want supremacy just like me. And then Piers cut that off real quick when he started telling the truth over there. I don't trust most of them. I'm like, Dan, okay. I actually want to see you do more stuff on Israel. All right. It'll probably be on my second channel. Tim Pool, he's another hater. Tim Pool. He was doing a show, and I know this is a flashlight giveaway, but what the hell? I feel like we're in a little small room here with only 50 people. Tim Pool, someone was on a show, and they brought up the USS Liberty attack. And right away, he's like, oh, no, we're not going to have that here. We're not going to talk about that here on my show. Next thing you know, he got invited to a Chatting House Rules press conference with Benjamin Netanyahu. You know, the war criminal who has a international warrant out for his arrest for committing you-know-what against Gaza. He went and did a private Chatting House Rules, which means the journalists that go into this meeting aren't supposed to talk about who was there and can't attribute certain things to certain people. And then some of the reporters that went there didn't realize that they were supposed to be a secret. They spilled it. Next thing you know, Tim Pool freaks out, gets mad at everybody because they don't know what Chatting House Rules is. So he's meeting with this war criminal. He's probably on their payroll. There was a thing where influencers were getting $7,000 per pro-Israel post. If you want to know how I really feel, you should go to my Facebook page because I post all my politics over on my Facebook page. So recently, Candace has been, in my opinion, I think she's great. She tells the truth, or at least she does the best she can to tell the truth. And I believe she's acting in good faith, whereas Tim Pool is not. He's mad that she's even asking questions about the Charlie Kirk incident. And he gets on there and says that she's an effing C word, an evil, disgusting C word, and we're going to lose the midterms because of her. It's because of her? Are you sure it's not because of the Epstein stuff that Trump said he was going to release all of it, and then he said it was a Democratic hoax? You don't think that had something to do with it? Here's the thing with the right and the conservative movement. It's literally split down. People who support Israel and people who don't. Dave Smith, Candace Owens, Jimmy Dore, me are on the America first, and we shouldn't do business with that country. That, in my opinion, that country is a terrorist state. By sheer definition, they commit more terrorism than any other country. You can see that by just go to their Wikipedia page and see how many assassinations that country. That's what they do. That's their job. And when Charlie Kirk got shot, Benjamin Netanyahu made 2 videos about how he did not commit the assassination, and Israel had nothing to do with the assassination of CK. But during the days, see, I'm not going to go into it right now. I'll do a whole show about it, I guess. I don't know. So that's it. Winston, call me. And I don't know, a couple days I'll give away this one. This one's awesome, man. They're both awesome. A couple days I'll give away that one. And don't hold back. All right. We'll talk about it. Anyone that believes the official story about what happened over there is a fool. Okay? I own a 30-06, by the way. And yeah. I used to take it out behind my restaurant, and I would shoot those CO2 canisters. They're like this tall, and they're very dense metal because it's pressurized CO2, so it has to be really dense. I shoot that from 100 yards. It would blow a hole through the front portion of the canister and hit the back of the canister with so much force it would fall over. But TPUSA, one of the douchebags that worked there, said that, oh, Charlie was in such good physical condition and that his neck was in such good shape that it stopped the 30-06. You know, something a moose can't do, right? All right. Yeah, Australia, that's another thing. The Australian attack over there, they're blaming it on Iran. They're dying to go back to war with Iran. They're blaming that attack on Iran, even though the guy who pulled it off is from Pakistan. YouTube allowed. You could say Zionist on YouTube. Nick Fuentes' understanding that all political processes are bogus. Yeah, but the other day he was saying Donald Trump is his hero, and he's into the left-right politics, man. We haven't had a constitution obeying president in my lifetime. None of them are constitutionalists. Was there 3 congressmen that are pro-constitution? 2 that I can name, Rand Paul and Tom Massey, basically. Which other one? Yeah, that's what Nick said. It went in, it bounced off the back of his neck, and then did a 180 downturn and destroyed the rest of his neck. Guns are illegal in Australia. My wife said the same thing. That doesn't mean there is. Oh, really? If you type Zionist in the chat, it gets erased, huh? Yeah. Presidents do hate the Constitution. Government hates the Constitution because it restricts them. That's the whole point. If we could just get America back into constitutional culture, they'll realize that all these things that the government does are basically illegal. There you go. Cue the audit. Wrote it. Came up. Booyah. All right, guys. Enough political talk. I'm starting to sweat. Semi are banned in Australia. There was an incident which they also say was a false flag in Australia called the Port Arthur incident. They claimed that some guy within like 60 seconds went into the Port Arthur school and hip fired. He didn't do this. He was shooting from the hip and scored all these headshots and then took off, and then they found some patsy. Come on, man. Kirk's wife is a Zionist supremacist. You're right. And dude, they have motive. They have the motive. He started thinking about becoming a Catholic, and Catholics don't believe that those are the chosen people. The people who do believe that those guys are the chosen people are Christian Zionists who read the Scofield Bible. The Scofield was a guy who took the Bible and he put little footnotes in the Bible so he can give his interpretation of what the Bible says. That's the book Ted Cruz reads. It's the Bible that Ted Cruz uses, right? I wasn't looking at his neck, man. Tommy Chong, okay. He was going Orthodox. Well, according to Candace, he was going Catholic. And when she said that on her show, they were like, no, he wasn't going Catholic. He just really liked their architecture, and he'd go to the churches to look at the architecture. He was saying they're going to try to kill me. He was telling Candace that he always had dreams that his life was going to end early. Thank you, Liberty Troll. I'm thinking about actually running for sheriff. I don't know how that would work or how I'd get the support or the signatures, but it would have to be a big push, honestly. All right, I lost my train of thought. All right, guys, thank you for joining us. That's why Liberty Troll hangs out at the gay bar, the architecture. That's funny. You had that coming, bro. Oh, Ted Cruz. Ben knows what I'm talking about. God's chosen people, right? Yes, I live 10 kilometers from Port Arthur. Good channel is the Wasp Files. Okay. There, I worked at okay. It's probably because your channel is tagged by Liberty. Okay. Erica Kirk, Tammy Faye Baker. Yeah. Yep. He started going away from that message. Dude, Zionists have actually said on the record, no one will get in our way, not even a U.S. president. And they just released some files not too long ago saying the CIA, Mossad, and some other agency were all involved in JFK. JFK was going to force them to register as foreign agents. It was going to force AIPAC to register as foreign agents. And they also stole secrets from us and created the Mona nuclear facility over there. And they have nuclear weapons. Iran's not allowed to have nuclear weapons, but Israel is. You see how that works? They also have something called the Samson option. So if anybody ever tries to do anything to them, last resort, they'll just launch nukes and unalive everybody. They're the psychopaths over there, honestly. I don't know if they did or not, but they definitely had the motive to do so. I find the original Greek form of the Bible before it was badly translated. I speak Greek and I wouldn't be able to understand that. Foshin loves alcohol too much. Okay. Going. Joseph, where are you going? See you, bud. All right, so how you guys like that flashlight video? Oh, boy. Okay. I guess I'll do a whole episode talking about all this stuff. I need to play off you guys, though, because otherwise it's just gish galloping what I'm doing, because I'm not going to sit down and write a timeline. I'm not going to go retrieve a bunch of clips off the internet. I'm just going to speak off the tongue. I speak Greek, but only one bad word. Yeah, what is it? Malaka, arhidi, kolopodo, munopano? Which one? Spell it. You can spell it. Malaka. Spell it out, Malaka. All right, everyone. Are you good? We have a good video? Everybody happy? There it is, Malaka. That's not even that bad of a word. That just means jerk off. Gish galloping is like when you're debating someone and you jump from one topic to another instead of staying, flushing one out before you get to the next one. Pretty sure that's what gish galloping means. I'm Trump, but Trump is not what people think he is. He's a good president, but not a constant. No. What's so good about him, dude? He went back on everything. We have to see you imitate Frauditor Troll's wife. Look at my flashlight. It's from Thrunite. It's aluminum, 66 Ti aluminum grade, pro surface enamel. Look at my flea market tripod. Look at it. Look at my Gucci. Look at my rabbits. We feed them lemongrass and we get them nice and fat, and then we eat the rabbits. They don't know it, but we do it. It's like Watership Down every Easter at my house, in my Canadian home. How many times did Frauditor Troll say, how many privacy notifications did he put on my channel when I put out who he was? And then he emailed me and said, those are my friends, and I'm going to keep putting privacy complaints on your videos because those are my friends. That's not me. It is you, scumbag. Dude, you know what's crazy? This is why you can't really, you win. Like, once somebody says something retarded to me, I'm done with that person, man. Once I catch somebody in a lie, I'm done with that person. This guy used a fake name, wouldn't show his face, lied over and over again. He called everybody else a fraud. Meanwhile, he's a complete fraud. And then now he shows his face, and it's exactly who we all say he was. Jonathan Hudon Hunolt and Orinthi Evander Holyfield, his wife. Dude, when they did a live stream and his wife said people say I look like Evander Holyfield, like they didn't know who that was. It's a gigantic male boxer. That's who Evander Holyfield is. He outs himself as a complete fraud. So now everybody knows we were all right. He was wrong. He's the actual fraud, but people still watch him. Bro. It's like, I don't care. I'm stupid, and I'm going to keep watching. Mr. Honest over here, my whole life is on this thing. I did my whole life when that stupid Andre Sloan, former cop, by the way, he's been exposed, by the way. We're pretty sure we know who he is. Andre Sloan did a hit job on me. So the next day, I exposed everything about my life from start to finish, my record, my everything. Low IQ is right. Yep. And then Trump's over here bombing fishing boats. You say they're drug boats. Again, everything with him is a lie. We're going to release the Epstein files. No, we're still talking about Epstein. That's a Democrat hoax. Affordability? Oh, that's a Democratic hoax. We have an affordability problem in this country. Shit's not affordable. It's not. It's not. He thinks, like, this guy's crazy, bro. And I think has some type of medical issue, because he's like, a lady asked him a question. He's like, you little piggy. That's how you talk to journalists, bro? Call them little piggies? He's committing war crimes in Venezuela. The lady who won the Nobel Peace Prize in Venezuela is a hardcore Zionist supremacist. They hate Maduro because he doesn't use the petrodollar. He has outlawed usury in his country. Usury is charging interest on loans, you know, what they do here to us. How when you buy a house, you have to pay for it 4 times before it's yours, and by it's yours means you only have to pay the yearly rent to the government after that. And I'm not saying Maduro's a great guy. I don't know enough about him, but they're definitely not a threat to us. They're definitely not sending drugs to America. And to top it all off, while Trump is saying all this stuff and bombing people, even the survivors, 2 guys were like, oh my God, we survived. We're hanging on the boat. They just finished them off, committing war crimes. And just recently, they intercepted. They couldn't intercept the tiny fishing boats, but they intercepted an oil tanker. They stole that country's oil tanker and stole their oil. And the great part is Trump just pardoned one of the biggest drug traffickers in the world. Some guy who was Ecuadorian president or Honduran president. He was in jail. And he just pardoned him. He also had Al-Qaeda terrorist in the White House playing basketball with the Secret Service over there. And then he had a Soleimani, a guy who's responsible for unaliving an American journalist. And then Mike Huckleberry is having secret meetings with an Israeli spy who did 30 years in jail for spying on the American government and selling the secrets to the Russians during the Cold War. That's who Mike Huckabee's having secret meetings with. Bro, if you want to know who rules you, just look at who you can't criticize. Israel and the police. And guess who trains our police? Their military. Why do you think they're so hostile? Why do you think they're never wrong? Why do you think they escalate every encounter to dominant force? Because they're trained that way. It's not an accident. I had to take my dogs for a walk. Who was the dead man in the box? It was Aristotle Onassis. All right, everybody. I guess I was going to talk about it a little bit. Figured I'd test it out on a small audience here. All right, man. I'll see you guys. Talk about it more on the flip side. Maybe just on my second channel or something. We'll see what happens. And everybody, if you want to see more like the news I watch, like I posted, let me do this now. I posted a video about the J6 bomber who planted pipe bombs, and then someone told the cops, and the cops like finished eating a sandwich, and we're just letting people walk back and forth with this pipe bomb. And the Blaze put out a thing about gait analysis. Gait is like the way you move. Certain people have a certain gait, a way they walk, the pattern they walk. And they said within 90% accuracy that they thought it was this female cop. Well, as soon as the Blaze put out that information, next thing you know, Pam Bondi, Israel First Pam Bondi, now they magically find somebody else, right? Dude, you can't believe anything. You can't believe anything. And now with AI, it's getting so good, it's hard to tell what's what anymore, man. I really believe that like guys like me and auditors, they're going to come up with video. They're going to make videos so good, it's going to show you doing something in some location, and it's not going to be you. We're in trouble, dude. The robots are coming. AI is getting out of control. Trump also passed in his big, beautiful bill. He tried to make it so states cannot regulate artificial intelligence companies because they're trying to put flock cameras everywhere so they can track your every single move. That's what they're trying to do. And Trump's all for it. So the bill didn't pass with that in it. The bill did pass. It shouldn't have passed, but it did. But that part was left out. So what does Trump do? He just writes an executive order saying the states can't touch AI for 10 years. Take your executive order and shove it up your ass, dude. And people think I like Kamala or any other. There has not been any president in my lifetime that believes in what I believe in, the Constitution and freedom, except for Ron Paul. Ron Paul, Thomas Massey, and Rand Paul are the closest things we've had, and Anthony Sabatini, which I actually interviewed, are the closest thing we've had to constitutional candidates in my lifetime. All right, guys. Back the Blue Act? No, what's that? Now you got me interested. Back the Blue Act. Let's Google that. Back the Blue Act. Back the Blue Act refers to several proposed enacted laws generally aimed at increasing protections and penalties for assaulting or unaliving law enforcement, judges, and public safety officers, often created by new federal crimes, enhancing sentencing, including mandatory minimums, death penalty, and expanding officers' rights. Though critics argue it creates an unjust mandatory sentencings and overreach, key provisions include federalizing offenses against officers in federally funded agencies, adding aggravating factors for capital crimes, allowing officers to carry firearms more broadly. Enhanced penalties, federal jurisdiction, officer protections, aggravating factors, adds killing, attempted killing to officers on federal death penalty. Examples of Back the Blue legislation: federal bills H.R. 3079 and Senate Bill 1569 in the 118th Congress. Well, let's hope that doesn't pass. State laws like Tennessee, HB 1881, and Alabama have passed their own Back the Blue laws, sometimes focusing on immunity or use of force standards. Criticisms. Critics like Families Against Mandatory Minimums argue mandatory minimums create unjust results, punishing unintentional. Mandatory minimums are garbage. You guys remember the story where the some guy threw a Subway sandwich at the cop and they arrested him, and Pam Bondi had to do a press conference over it? Well, they didn't convict that guy. Thank God they didn't convict that guy, but they wanted to. All right, everyone. Yeah, Anthony Sabatini. Yeah, I interviewed him. You should go watch that. It's pretty good. I couldn't believe he called me. You know Anthony Sabatini? Let's see if is he even still around. Anthony Sabatini. Member of Lake County Commission. Honored to the light of Christmas tree. Let's see here. Anthony Sabatini, Wikipedia. Let's try that for now. We owe you an explanation. December 14th, an important update for readers in the United States. You deserve an explanation, so please don't skip this 1 minute read. It's Sunday, December 14th. Our fundraiser was... Okay, whatever. Born October 1988, is an American far right. Far right. That means he likes freedom. When they say far right, that means less government. Politician, attorney in Florida, Army National Guard officer, serving as Lake County Commissioner since 2024. A member of the Republican Party. He previously served in the Florida House of Representatives from 18 to 22. Once a strong supporter of President Donald Trump. That's unfortunate. Sabatini has been a critic of Donald Trump since his endorsement of Daniel Webster over Sabatini. Okay. See, Trump hates any real America First freedom fighters. He hates them. AIPAC has put $20 million to try to unseat Massey. Trump, like Marjorie Taylor Greene, is fighting for Epstein's victims, and she doesn't want to send money to Israel, so Trump turns on her and calls her Marjorie Taylor Brown and says she's a loser or something. Like, he's such a scumbag. A native of New York, Sabatini graduated from the University of Florida with a bachelor's and received his Juris Doctor from Levin College of Law in 2017. While in law school, Sabatini was elected to the City Commission of Eustis, Florida. Isn't that where you got attacked, Liberty Troll, in Eustis at that, they tried to attack you anyway? It's funny, they try to attack you, then they call the cops on you. On August 24, Sabatini narrowly defeated incumbent Republican Doug Shields in the Lake County Commissioner's 1st District election. All right. Sabatini espoused a variety of right-wing stances, including opposition to smortion, gun control, DEI, LGBTQ. His more controversial views include support for Francisco Franco, a Christian nationalism, his promotion of climate change denial, false claims of electoral fraud in 2020, and his opposition to the VAXX. Sounds good to me. Sorry to interrupt, but fewer people are seeing our message this December, and time's running out. Please donate $2.75. Man, get the hell out of my face, Wikipedia. You're garbage. All right, everybody. Everyone have a good night, man. Much love. Peace. Chicken grease. Bye.